What is up, guys? It's your boy Nathan. We're back with another watch along. We got Arsenal, we got Everton at the Toffees home ground of Goodison Park. Good evening, and I hope you'll have had a wonderful Sunday today. At least better than mine. Game's about to start. Lineups will come out. Hey, Gaurav, good evening. So, Everton's lineup is Pickford, Young, Tarkovsky, Brathwaite, Mikalenko, Danjuma, Tokore, Idrissa Gueye, Dwight McNeil, Amadou Onana, and up front we have Beto. Chelsea just cannot. Yeah, they just cannot. Indeed. If you need to feel better and you're a United fan, you can just look at Chelsea's state of affairs at the moment. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's not looking good. 0-0. Chilwell comes on and gets a yellow card. That's great. I just, my FPL is fully ruined this week. Hey Danish, how was your birthday last week, buddy? You didn't come. I hit 1000 subs like half an hour before your birthday. How was your birthday? So I used to hate Poch, but my I wasn't familiar with this game. Agent Poch. Eduardo striker review. Eduardo? Which Eduardo? Raya, White, Saliba. Oh boy. Gabriel Zinchenko, Odegaard, Rice, Fabio Vieira, Saka, and Ketia Martinelli. Boy, my FPL's in the absolute mud this week. Just absolute mud. Shocking week I've had. Just a shocking week. Hopefully everybody else's Sunday's been well. Birthday was good, like always. Thank you and congratulations. No problem, but anything special you did? Anything you'd like to inform us you did? Anything fun? Would love to know. Tell me something. Busy with your studies, so cool, no problem. But tell me something, guys. Does this sound better? Or does this sound better? Let me know if there was a difference. Sunday was average, to be honest. What did you do, Jordan? What did you do? I saw you put some photos of a nice cafe. Where was that? Hello. Edward, my favorite. You're talking about Otson, Edward? Minute silence for everybody in Morocco. Hopefully they will bounce back. The women did them very proud in the World Cup, and it's sad that this happened, days after. First was a bit muffled. Okay, never mind. So this is fine then. A little closer. Okay, we're about to start. Rasmus, frozen bottle. Where's that, dude? A nice looking spot. Can't write this stuff, can you? Can't write this stuff. Well, the good news is, Adnab, that Chelsea still are terrible. That's the good news. I don't really feel that much better. Finally getting a week break. Where was the frozen bottle, Jordan? At that place, wherever you took a photo, it was really nice. Since I completed my 12th, I have one routine on my birthday. I like to cook. So I baked a sugar-free cake because both my parents are diabetic and my favorite foods for the entire day self-cooked. Okay, so you spent your birthday at home. Cool. I actually celebrate my birthday at home too. I call everyone home. We have some home-cooked food. Can't be bothered dropping 10k on a birthday, dude. You might as well just buy the food, make the food, sit here and eat it, and not be pressured to leave after a while. Good evening, Joshua. Good evening. Joshua, oh, this is a great. It's in Margao. What's it called? Frozen bottle. Very nice looking spot, man. Very nice looking spot. I have to say. Oh no, Arsenal. Oh, come on now. Not already. Oh, dispossessed. Joshua, do you think Eddie Howe is in danger this season? Currently playing Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. How is Ghost Recon breaking? I've never played any of the Tom Clancy games, dude. If someone knows how Breakpoint is, please do drop it in the chat. Watch wanted to take revenge on Levy for not letting him join Spurs. So he decided to join Chelsea and make them play like Spurs. Okay, what was Potter's excuse then? Yeah. Not at all. You don't think so? Not at all, huh? Matthews, I'm here after Richardson masterclass. That's you know what, dude. Don't particularly like Richarlison's from his stint in Everton, but what a way to come back after admitting that he's been struggling. So you know, hopefully he can push on from here, man. Seriously, Spurs are playing so well, man. It's so disappointing to see how we are playing. We I don't want to say. People have said goat mod. Nathan told me to avoid Tom Clancy. That's not true. I didn't say that, dude. I said don't, if you're going to buy brand new games, you have to buy brand new games that you're going to take for a. See, the thing is with these games is you require other people to play, dude. I just stick to offline games and FIFA because the servers are much bigger for FIFA. But it depends on what game you want to play, man. If you have friends who play the game, then you can all play together. If you don't, then it's kind of a pain. How has the backing of the board and fans? The players love him too. Yeah, the players love him, but damn, man. A penalty separated Newcastle. The stupid move by the Roslav, who first of all came off the bench. I don't know what that was he was trying to do there, and then Flecken was just caught. But yeah, I mean, if can you imagine I would imagine there would be a lot of pressure on him if they didn't win that game. Oh, that was a beautiful move by Nketiah to release Odegaard. David Raya playing at Arsenal. Started God of War, just played 15 minutes, I'm starstruck. Bro, Arnav, my picks don't miss, dude. You know why they don't miss? Not because I'm an expert at gaming, but because I don't spend my money on things I don't think I'm going to like, dude. And believe me when I tell you, I never thought I was going to like The Last of Us because I don't like horror stuff, zombie stuff. But it was amazing. I wouldn't even have bought Last of Us really. I took a complete chance on it because I had an opportunity to download it for free on PS Plus and played it and then liked it, so I bought the second one. But in a normal circumstance, I wouldn't even have bought Last of Us too. I don't like wasting my money on things that are. I don't know. I just prefer story mode games, dude. And if they have a good story, I don't mind spending the money. Otherwise, I just rather not. But I'm glad you enjoy it. Tomb Raider remastered coming exciting? Nah. Mm-mm. If I were to play another game now, that's not FIFA, I would play. I think I would play the new Spider-Man game. But if you don't like comic book stuff, it probably wouldn't. I just want to say football doesn't have a goat. Although who is this guy? Who's this guy is the goat? This that you can say basketball, tennis have goat, but football doesn't have goat. Moves. Football moves on the ultimate G. Anyone here planning to buy COD Modern Warfare 3? I'm waiting for Modern Warfare 3, so Modern Warfare 2 prices will go down. The only Call of Duty games I buy are the World War 1 or World War 2 ones, Danish, because I have. It's going to sound really stupid, but I play the story mode of those games because I'm very interested about World War 1 and World War 2. So I don't even play it online. So for me it's really a waste of money, but I enjoy it, dude. World War One, World War Two. I'm so fascinated by a lot of like little story, untold stories about World War Two. So very fascinated that way. But I don't play Modern Warfare either, dude. I just prefer playing single player story mode games simply because it's difficult to find people to play with sometimes, dude. No pressure on how even if we lost against Brentford. Wow. Well, it's nice to see. The amount of hate Rashi is getting for being selfish these days is insane. Like, what if he's not playing the next match? They'll be drowned, dude. See, the thing is, Jordan, I agree to an extent. The problem is it's not, unfortunately, Jordan, it's not just for one game. 3 4 seasons he's done this. He did this when Cavani was a striker. He's done this when Ronaldo was a striker. He's done this. See, man, no, Arnab posted something from Twitter, and I completely agree with him. Uh, well, I agree to whatever that Twitter post. So I shouldn't say with Arnab because he didn't post it. But there was some like a Rashi Ronaldo thing, and I do agree with some nuance. I think, which I don't want to get into because it's not really worth it right now. But basically, it's a cumulative frustration with Rashford Jordan. He's been the sad part about Rashford is I genuinely believe this. People will laugh at me, and that is absolutely fine because everyone has an opinion. I really believe Rashford can be one of the best wingers in the world. I really do. I think he has the capability of doing that. And the best way to prove that he does indeed have that capability was the first 20 minutes of the game, where he was not doing stupid shit and he was actually playing passes. Beautiful ball by Odegaard, almost got through to Saka there. Great block by Braithwaite or Braithwaite. McNeil got caught off possession and almost costed everybody. So it's cumulative. He has low football IQ. For some reason, it doesn't seem to improve after no matter who's the manager. First, Solskjaer was blamed. Doesn't coach. Ragnick came, Ten Hag came. Before that, Mourinho was his coach. Louis Van Gaal was his coach. I don't think his football IQ is just very good, unfortunately. There were clear opportunities where he should have squared it, like the first disallowed goal, and he just doesn't. And he just just shoots at terrible angles. So I see why the frustrations that's cumulative for a long time, unfortunately, and quite honestly, there's a lot of players to blame. Casemiro played terribly yesterday. Martinez and Lindelof weren't very good. Onana was just, I don't even want to start that. A lot of them were just jogging and not running around. A lot of them look like they didn't care. There's a lot of issues, man. I don't like the scapegoating one player thing. I prefer if they just blame the players and the coach altogether because that's who I blame. I blame all of them. What I can't keep blaming the owners, bro. At some time the coaches pick the team, So I can't really do this. Can't keep doing it at least. Oops, there's a lot of comments. Give me a second. Richie is like one from the friend circle who says he hasn't touched the book since decade and excels at the test with full marks. Yeah, I hate those people, by the way, Swap. I don't know about you. Don't buy COD, bro. They fell off. Enjoy the old ones. Yeah, it's actually a good point. The ones wanting how out are either rival fans or plastic Newcastle fans. Yeah, man. I don't think the rivals want them. I think the rivals are actually quite shocked. The murmurings. Who knows where the murmurings are coming from? People just put stuff up to start things. What's your prediction for this game, Nathan? Arsenal 2-0. And if Everton somehow win, I will enjoy it. But I don't really predict that. They're only error-defining players rather than that nothing. Football had Pele and Maradona before Messi, Ronaldo. People said football's finished after Pele and Maradona retired. That didn't happen. Yeah, they're saying football's not going to be the same without Ronaldo and Messi. Listen, man. I think history is the evidence that players have stepped up through the errors to excel for extended periods of time in a sport, in any sport. People are just being very dramatic because there's a lot of player FC nowadays, and they are going to be very depressed when these things happen. I don't want to name them, obviously, because I don't feel nice, but because people can consume it football how they want. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of them are just feel that way because they play FC. I've not tried frozen bottle. We'll definitely add it to my list next time I visit Goa. Joshua, if you're coming to Goa and you're coming to the north side, we'll hang out one day, dude. Holler at me, especially Jordan. Even if you're coming north side, let me know, bro. If you're stroll, I don't know why you'd come here. It's pretty crowded as hell, but if you are, we'll do something, man. That sounds like a good idea. I love to listen to World War II podcast. Oh, drop me some, dude. Drop me some. I would be interested. I don't know if I'd able to commit to the listening to all of them, but give me the names, dude. This sounds like fun. Love to hear about this stuff. Sounds boring to a lot of people, but I actually really, really like it. I hate to. Oh, here we go. Pickford started doing his thing now. Already 11 minutes in the game. I hate to say, but feels Man United are missing a 37-year-old number 9 type player. I wonder, is there anyone a hockey fan? It's not that, bro. Listen, man. I'm not gonna give Ronaldo any slander. I assure you, Rasmus Højlund was pretty good yesterday. I'm not comparing him. I'm just saying in terms of position. Uh, Jordan Pickford is abusing the ref. Looks like he wants a yellow card. Uh, he's gonna get a yellow card. Let's be honest. Um, it's not that, dude. It's a bunch of issues, hockey fan. It's just a bunch of issues. It's not needing a number 9, dude. Ronaldo wouldn't have helped us in the game yesterday. That's how bad we were. I'm just being honest. It's very easy to say that, and I know some people believe that, but believe me, dude, there are some games where no matter who you have in the team, it's not going to help you. I genuinely believe that. GTA 6 announcement. It will break the internet, and I will pre-order too. Okay, when is the announcement coming? Or are you telling me that's the next game you're buying? Oh yeah, I mean, listen, man. Let's be honest. GTA 6 is like, although I believe GTA 6 is really old and they just mod it up to keep it interesting. While the game is fresh and new, oh my god. Is there anything better? Is there anything more fun to play that doesn't have any kind of frustration involved than GTA? Does Rashford not press against all teams or just against Brighton? Because Brighton are really press resistant that we struggle to do that against them. Okay, Josh. I mean, I don't want to do this. Hello, Death Slayer. Good evening. Devesh is here. Devesh, I will explain it to you. I haven't seen you in a bit, but could have joined me in being depressed yesterday. I don't know if you get the notifications or not, but if you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, then you will get it there as well. I will answer your question, Devesh. Let me just answer Joshua's. Joshua, I'm not going to make an excuse. Okay, I don't condone anything that happened yesterday. Okay, there is no excuse for it. I'm going to be very blunt with my outtake when it comes to Rashford. When Ole Gunnar Solskjaer played Rashford day in day out, and he had this really bad issue that he took to the Euros instead of going for surgery, he took to Euros and then went for surgery and missed a bunch of months of the next season. He was playing injured. Okay. During that season, Marcus Rashford and Luke Shaw looked like they were twins. They were both pressing, they were both defending, they were both attacking. They had great link up play. Post that surgery, Rashford has barely pressed. I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know if he's not the same anymore. I don't know if he's scared he's going to gas out. I don't know if he thinks he's better off staying up ahead so they can hit on the counter. It's really something I genuinely can't answer. I'm not making an excuse, but I will tell you, if you go back to the year, Luke Shaw and Marcus Rashford pre-Euros, what was that, 2021? If you do the 2020-2021 season, and you watch, just pick a random game that we win, because that's the best way to see how effective they were, efficiently. You will see for yourself that Rashford and Luke Shaw were pressing, falling back, attacking, helping each other out, linking up play. You'll see for yourself. I don't want to make excuses for Rashford, because quite honestly, there are no excuses. Yeah. Everybody is played long enough in this team now. There's just no more excuses. There's barely any new players in the team. I think we overplayed our hand with preseason. We played way too many preseason games, and now we're paying for it. That's the honest truth. Um, So I don't want to make any excuses. Absolutely unacceptable for Rashford to just walk around on the pitch. I don't care. Starboy this, Carrington that, Rhythm and Shaw, whatever the hell the play name of the place is, Wizard. I don't care about any of that shit. I only care about my club. I don't care. So no excuses, buddy. As from that year after he came back from surgery, 21-22 season, he's not been the same. At least defensively. So no, it's not just a Brighton thing, unfortunately. Devesh, I will answer your question. I'll just read some of the stuff. I'm the hater of Pinaldo and I mean, listen, man. I don't hate them. I don't pay attention anymore. They have moved on to leagues that are not really relevant to the football we watch. I hope they have finished off their careers fantastically. I believe if I'm not mistaken, Messi is not on the plane to meet Cincinnati or whatever. I read that somewhere, so he's going to miss the next MLS game whenever that is. I have no issues with anyone, dude. I hope they enjoy their football till the days they don't want to play anymore. It's not personal for me anymore, man. It's not. As you can see, at least in my club, we have bigger fish to fry, dude. And I'm not making a meme joke there. I'm being serious. Like, we've just got more important things to focus on. Unfortunately, I would have loved to talk about Messi and Ronaldo, because it would mean my club's doing all right, so I can talk about other things. But unfortunately, what a cross! What a cross! Oh my God, Martinelli! Oh my God, Martinelli! That was a terrible take on a volley. That was a beautiful cross. I think that was Ben White. So yeah, should I watch Barca versus Betis? I believe Barca scored 5. I think Ange's fully backed by Levy. He better be, dude. Levy's running out of scapegoats. After all, he's playing football. Excuse me. Wait, hold on. Oh wow, there's a lot. I have to catch up. Apologies. The thing with your channel, you get more views when you stream other matches and not Man United. Yeah, I'm quite aware of that, Matthew. Quite aware of that. I was always going to do others anyway, but yeah, he's playing football and that Annie Levy expresses while banking. Become shameless. Tried, but getting too much. LOL. Can't last out with the shameless thing either at the moment. I don't know, Joel. I think there's a lot of United fans in India, and it's spread apart. I genuinely feel if more United fans watch me, they'll enjoy my style of doing things. But until then, I don't mind, dude. I like watching Premier League football. So whoever joins, it's lovely. We got Joshua, who's a Newcastle fan. We got you, who's Spurs fan. We got they're through goal. Arsenal won. That didn't take long. That really didn't take long. They're probably going to score more than two. Um, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm happy. I actually like the fact that there are other fan clubs, fan supporters in on my channel. I actually love that because they keep me up to date with what their club's going, even if I don't watch it. So that when I watch it, I have some information in the background for the watch along. It's like I enjoy the fact that there are other fans watching my team, dude. I know in an ideal world, everyone would go, yeah, you should have a lot more United fans. I'm like, listen, man, football fans are football fans. I'm here for the people who appreciate the sport. Yeah. That's exactly what it's all about. There are great players in many teams. Why not talk about all of them? I can talk about my club, but I can also talk about other clubs too. It's just fun. How it's the same thing Togden does. Togden is one of the biggest content creators, and he supports a team that's in what, League One. Are they still in League One or in the Championship now? I don't remember. But point is, they weren't even in they were in League One a couple of years ago. So it's just the absorption of what you like, man. The sport you like. That's it, really. Take take break. To be honest, life is much peaceful without Twitter. I would avoid Twitter too, Devesh. Yes, you're shameless enough. So hope I did that for a day. Devesh, I will get to your question. Just let me catch up, please. I'm sorry about that. Also, goalkeeper Windows playing in Manu. He's been terrible. He just doesn't die. Well, listen, man, Jordan. If I say anything, I'll be in trouble. So I'm not interested, bro. I've made my point of why I think it was not a good idea to buy him this season. I think it's a very fair point. There is no hate on Onana. It's not Onana's fault we are in this position. So that's all I'm going to say. Offside, by the way, guys. Tottenham has spent 220 million this transfer window. Where did we spend this much money, huh? That's true. That's true. Do it forever. They wish do it forever. Those 12-year-old kids who don't know how to touch a ball give opinion on it. Good point. Hey, Ignition, I'm slightly, yeah, not slightly late, dude. It's fine. Yeah, if you don't want to watch the game and you're just coming to chill out, you're never late. I think everyone's good. I don't know. I'm still recovering, Ignition. I can't speak about other people. And people stop bringing Ronaldo every time we lose. A very frustrating point. He will forever be our Ronnie and legend. Yeah, dude. I think. How well we can discuss this as well, Devesh. I don't mind. 150 million, I think. Damn. 220 was last season. You're getting such good players with sending a lot less money. Brilliant. GTA San Andreas is my favorite mine too. Also, I prefer Red Dead Redemption to. Oh, of course, Red Dead Redemption is. I suppose you could say is better than GTA. It's just GTA has so many versions of it. So we're talking about a couple of generations of players at this point, which will probably be more favoritized. Getting over it, the most frustrating game. Sheffield United still won, dude. Media is saying this year, okay. So ESPN posts us scentless as Eric Dyer in our team. Ouchie. I was not feeling good yesterday. That's why I didn't join. Taking a break from football stuff since the international break. Devesh, I couldn't agree with you more. You know what I did? I did the next stream 20 minutes later to chill out with everyone in the chat. I was feeling low. I was not interested in doing the next stream at all, Devesh. The chat can actually back me up on that. I was feeling really low, but then, I have promised people that I'm going to do a watch along. And unless there's an emergency, I'm going to stick with it. It helped a little. It helped a little. The Newcastle Brentford game was a slow. It was a good paced game, I would say. So that was quite distracting just to watch a game that has nothing to do with your team. But I slept on it and, still feeling a little low, but can't do anything about that, Devesh. If you didn't feel low, it means you don't care, buddy. So if that makes you at least feel a little bit better, know that you at least really care about this team. Right now it's hard, but yeah. Devesh, otherwise stay connected with Dad, man. Fans who seem the same like you. Yeah, Devesh, you're very welcome to join me, dude, because I do feel the same way. So they're still standing as they're saying we talking about ESPN, yeah. I know you. Oh, hold on. Oh boy, how have I missed all this? To catch up now. I went on a ramble there. They're saying we didn't do nothing in the game. If a 4-year-old watches, he knows we play better. Bro, why are we listening to ESPN? Let's not do this. Bang bang, what's up? Depressed, buddy. Depressed, mildly depressed. Worse yesterday. Watch those who watches us. Sir Bobby Moore. Well said. Everyone like the stream so that more people join. Hit that bell icon too. Yeah, man. Listen, if you can do it, drop a like and share it, even if it's random football fans. You never know. They might see me lose my mind one day and enjoy my content. UCL spot's more than enough for me. I agree, dude. I think it's a W. I think it's a W season if you can guarantee UCL for sure. I know people are upset about what happened in the Carabao Cup, but I assure you, I don't think Spurs fans will care about it if you're in the UCL. They'll be bummed about it if you don't. They'll be really bummed about it if you don't make the UCL. But I think if you make the UCL, I don't think you're going to hear anybody barking for sure. Real Madrid will be back today. Let's go. Yes, I believe at midnight, isn't it? Damn it, Martinelli. Arsenal goal back. Oh, okay, now we've caught up. Yeah, Ayush, how am I doing? Not very well, sir. Not very well. Jayesh is here. Hello, Jayesh. I saw you yesterday, buddy. How are you? Good luck with the match today. Oh, I'm catching up a little bit now. Arsenal did went to Bournemouth. I got to know about Neil from one of Morg's team. Oh, that's awesome. No worry. I know you from Madrid pundits. I'm sure it looks like everybody seems to know me from other people, which is actually great. I'm surrounded by content creators who really support me and help me out, man. So I feel really blessed. UCL should be our priority. Bring backups in midfield and left-footed defender in January. That UCL pool will be crucial to bring in top-class defenders and goals. You know what? I'm going to push back on that. You're going to be surprised about what I'm going to say, Swap. I don't think so. I think Ange Postecoglou is the reason you're going to get players. Much like we got a couple of players because people wanted to play under Ten Hag. So even I genuinely believe you will get better players even if you don't make UCL. Now that doesn't mean I don't want you all to make UCL, but I don't necessarily. I think if people see how Tottenham are playing and they want to move up and they want to go to a better team from the other leagues, I think it'll be quite attractive anyway. He's my guy. Can't stand these Arsenal fans, man. They suddenly come out of their burrows. Listen, dude. They were out of their burrows for like 90% of the season, and then we had a good season. We got bigger fish to fry. Champions League first time since Wenger. It's all inbuilt excuses. Let's see what they say this season. Thank goodness it was offside, but Everton are bad, dude. Everton are terrible. Can they make it three in a row? 2 seasons ago, they got saved on the second last day. Last season, they got saved on the last day of the season, and I think this season they're going down. If we can pull players without UCL football, then we can easily pull big players if we get UCL. True, I agree. Have you played Assassin's Creed games? I have not played the original one, the one in North America, and one of the pirate ones. There were multiple pirate ones. I've not played one of them. I've played almost all the Assassin's Creed games. That's why I love it. I love anything that goes back in time, dude. I'm very fascinated by that kind of stuff. Tell me what's your favorite Assassin's Creed one. I'll give you mine. Might be a little controversial. Not watching the game. How's it going? Arsenal are absolutely battering them, dude. There is just no other way to explain it. Arsenal are just all over them. They have a five-man midfield and they're still getting bypassed. Everton. I know that doesn't sound surprising considering how bad Everton have been for 3 years. But believe me, they're struggling to get out of their own half. And when I mean struggling, I'm not exaggerating. They're quite literally getting cut off at the halfway line. They are being absolutely swarmed. Odegaard's looking very dangerous and froggy. And Nketiah is trying to link up play around the box. A lot of 1-2s going on. It's very, very old Wenger-esque at the moment. Tight triangles, flare passes between defenders. It's giving you vibes you don't want to be a part of. Let's just put it that way. Thank God we already played them. It was a closer game than the scoreline predicted. It's not going to be this week. Okay, where are we? Thing happened. Just saying, this is a new Tottenham Hotspur. That's true. Feel bad for Sterling. He deserves better. I guess Chelsea just cannot. What's your favorite video game of all time? Mine is Skyrim. Favorite video game of all time. Ooh, this is very this is an interesting one. Players around the world are attracted to Ange and De Zerbi's game. Bro, De Zerbi, man. I like watching Brighton, but I can't lie. I didn't enjoy watching yesterday's game at all. Kudos for that one, yeah. Joel, but still, it is if favorite video game of all time. Okay, Jayesh is a nice question. What gives me the most joy to play? On an average day, I would say FIFA, just because it never really ends. There's always a grind. Literally until last week, there was a grind in FIFA. But if I'm talking about casual, just joy, not frustration through internet and stuff, I would say I quite enjoyed the Uncharted games. I would say 2, 3, probably. No, first one, not so much. I didn't care for the creatures towards the end of the game. I won't spoil it for anyone. 2, 3 at Uncharted. I liked Far Cry. Far Cry is an interesting game if you like to just chill out and do random things. Storytelling wise, I think Last of Us is a absolute masterpiece. I can't wait to start watching the series. It's an absolute masterpiece. And I don't like zombie games, man. This is coming from someone who does not care about it. Like, I don't care for horror stuff. I've never played a Resident Evil or anything like that. But storytelling is excellent. Beautiful. Oh boy. Decore, is that going to be a penalty? Looks like he simulated that, to be honest. but they will definitely check that one for sure. Oh, I don't know what happened to Dokori, but he just woke up suddenly. Distance shot. Why, dude? Just a waste. Shot. Never mind. Hey, have you been to Inox Panjim? A long time ago. For the Nun, I mean, the Nun wasn't very scary. I don't go to Panjim. I go to the one in Polverim if I go Jordan. Hopefully, I'll be going for the Expendables soon because I've made a tradition with my best friends to watch the Expendables together. Expendables are going to come at the end of the month, so I'll be in Polverim for that. But Jordan, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you have a Inox in Margao, OCA Multiplex? Or is it not a very good place? Joel hopes so. Still thinks about very thin squad depth in midfield and left-footed defender. Sports hurts so bad, man. Ah, it does. But India at least helped today. I played chess after watching that match yesterday. उसमें भी एक मैच हार गया but fun. Listen, dude, you gotta take your mind off of it, Devesh. There's nothing more frustrating than when the players from the club you love look absolutely disinterested and their heads just drop down and they don't give a crap. There's nothing more frustrating than that, dude. I don't care what club you are. Any player from any club that does that, it makes it very hard to back Manchester United. Not because you don't like the club anymore, but the people who are direct representatives of your club do not inspire any hope in you at all. And Devesh, I'm going to give you good news. From next week, in celebration of 1000 subs, I am going to start reacting to the game. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. I have many years of pent up frustration of not trying to be negative about this. Even even when I first started the channel, I never did reaction videos of the game. I never did. You can go back check all my videos. I only did game week reaction predictions and stuff. So from next week, I'm just going to have my own little therapy session in form of video. Oh, I don't know if you're going to look forward to it because it's going to be probably very depressing a lot of the weeks. But it's about time I added different content. And quite honestly, I think I'd feel better if I just get it out there, just deal with it. Why people are saying Penelope Pesci, I said it's just jokes, dude. It's just jokes. What's a chess elo? So, oh wow, the chess thing is really picked up in India. I like this. I'm not really good at it either, but I love to play for fun. Not good at it at all. So some minutes yesterday, I thought Ten Hag has lost his mind yesterday. 2-0 down. Who the fuck brings Marcia? Not fan of Anthony, but game could have changed if he was there structurally. Ayush, we played a diamond and there would be no wingers. So the reason he didn't want to play Palestri is because he didn't want to play our traditional formation. So we started a new formation out of nowhere. Never played it once. Dallo was getting overrun. A lot of people were saying Dallo was bad. Some people in the chat said Dallo was good, but a lot of people on Twitter were saying Dallo is bad, getting outrun. I'm like, of course he's getting outrun. He has to deal with Lamptey and Mitoma, and McTominay is not there to back him up. There was never going to be a change structurally, unfortunately, Ayush, because he wanted to play a diamond, and he played a diamond right till the very end of the game. I don't know what's his problem with Palestri. He wants to sign him to a long-term contract, apparently. I don't know what's his problem with Palestri, but it's just. Don't know what to say, man. I have a take on why Unana was a bad signing for us, which has nothing to do with the hair. It's something I've just noticed in the last 5 games, and it's very frustrating, especially yesterday. But yeah, I don't think structurally anything would happen because we didn't change structure at any point of time. Ayush, I agree with what you're saying, but I mean, it was just sad. Quite sad. I'm not going to lie. De Zerbi's hot property now in Premier League. I will not be surprised if any big club or PL outside approach De Zerbi. But personally, I want De Zerbi to manage AC Milan. Interesting. Very interesting. Joel, not Twitter opinions. They ridiculed Kelly because that guy had no compilations on YouTube. I mean, seriously. AC Black Flag best game. Kenway, right? Yeah, I played Black Flag. Uh, that's when they go through all the Caribbean islands. That was a fun game, man. The boat stuff was the game changer. It was a real different way to do things. That good shout, Jayesh. Good shout. That's your favorite AC game. Good shout. Mine is a very controversial one. I like the 2 3 well, it's not four. I don't know what the numbers are. I'll just put it simply. I like the Ezio arc of Assassin's Creed because I really like how they showed Italy. It was fun. Little controversial because the graphics and all weren't great, but in terms of the game, in terms of finding those random people to assassinate by chance, initially, that was fun. Oh wow, that's like saying Black Flag 2 and Unity. Unity is man, I forget what the names are. I mean, which era it is. Unity is Unity England or is Unity France? I feel like Unity is France. France was pretty good. England also was pretty good actually, at least in terms of exploration. That was fun. Shots, they think they're cool at Furry. That's why also I think they just have fun with it. Yes, the best to interact with fellow fans since they're in similar situation. When a NUFC got thrashed or relegated twice under Ashley, fans used to joke around, feel bad. I mean, all you can do is laugh sometimes, Joshua, because crying sure as hell does not help. It does not help. Let's be honest. Football Twitter is the most dumbest thing ever. It is. It's not fun. It's not fun. Nathan, what makes you cry? Supporting Man United? Oh, good. Oh, bang. You know what? I love that. You know why I love that? I love that because I love that because I'm in this very unique position of feeling double kinds of crap on a regular basis. United, dude. I don't care about England that way. I don't. And I definitely don't care about them under Southgate. So if the players like a little tap on their shoulder and a little head rub because Woki Wokerson is the manager of England Football Club, footballers, so whatever the hell they're called, good for them. Man United, Manchester United is always going to be the answer. Bang, it's never going to be England because at the end of the day, the England coach has the benefit of picking literally the best players in the entire country, and he still can't forget play. Okay, forget play. He can't even pick the best 22 players in the nation. Like factually, cannot actually pick them out. So no. At least in Manchester United, when the owners go, we don't have money and we have to buy crap players. You can go. You know what? It is what it is. But when you have the control to pick anybody from the nation and you still can't get the job done, you're not going to get sympathy for me, man. That too, they're playing for free. I don't think they get paid by England. I could be wrong, but I don't think they do. They're playing for free, dude. You can pick any player you want. So no, I will never feel sorry for any England coach. If they can't do their job right or just picking players, then it is what it is. I highly recommend you play a Plague Tale Requiem. I have watched that game. I've seen walkthroughs of that game. It's not my style of game, but I enjoy watching people play it. That's an underappreciated masterpiece powered game like Last of Us and God of War. I don't know. Underappreciated. I can see why though, dude. I can see why it's underappreciated. It's a very unique game for sure, Jayesh. That's a good shout. Definitely a very unique game. I don't know if it's the kind of game I would play, but in terms of what I watched, it was quite interesting. I didn't think it was boring. I don't know because I have a PlayStation 4 and games can be expensive. You have to think about what games to play long term, just in terms of, trying to save up money for maybe other things like maybe upgrading the setup and stuff. So nowadays I have to think about that. Before I might have not had to, but now I have to sometimes. Um, I have watched gameplay on that and I find it very interesting. Very interesting. So good shout indeed. Join for me. Deserve is the Manchester United. He suits your club. He teaches the egoistic players how to play and learn. Matthew, it's not happening. Our club owners got to go, bro. We are just I'm telling you right now. You can write this down. We are just going to waste managers and players until we get new owners. That's it. I'm being genuine with you. It does not matter who we get. It does not matter how good they are. It does not matter what kind of system or discipline or whatever their ethos is. If we do not change the manager, I mean the owners, we cannot get a better manager if we need one. We cannot get players because we can't afford them. And we cannot get rid of the players that we currently have because no one else can afford them. So, what we need is owners who can cut people, as in cut their contract and send them off. That's what we need. And the Glazers can't do that because they have already sunk enough debt into this club. That's why we can't get rid of players. So, what we really need is just new owners. And within 18 months, that club will look head and shoulders different one way or the other. Because I'll just give you an example. If the Qataris, for example, come and they go, Eric Ten Hag, we know the stress you have been under, we know the problems you have faced. Yes, you have made your own mistakes, fair enough, everyone does. But we know what the problems you have faced, which have forced you to, not get the best out of the team. Tell us who you want and don't want, and we will do our best to get rid of them one way or the other. And believe me when I tell you, everybody that even doesn't want to leave will get their salaries and get their walking papers. They will get their compensation like Harry Maguire wanted, and they will be sent off. They'll be like, you know what, dude, I don't want to talk to you. I'm cutting you. Here's your compensation. Do nothing, do whatever you want. So till we get new owners, I don't think it's going to happen. I heard someone say something really frightening to me, but I understand how badly people feel though. I heard someone say, and I quote, I rather Manchester United lose the next 5 games so we put even more pressure on the Glazers to sell. And I was thinking to myself, what if they don't feel the pressure to sell after losing 5 games? Then what do we do? And I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to lose 5 games, man. I don't know if I want to do that personally. Don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. I have to be honest. Frightening. Oh my god. Today there's a lot of chat, man. I missed so much. Gotta catch up. Gotta catch up. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna read through all this fast. Yes, but I went to friends after college. No, that's fair enough, dude. I was just wondering if you don't like OCR. That's why I was wondering why you were there. Pharmacy, right? Yeah, you're nearby. Makes sense. I didn't clock you went after college. I thought you just went like on a weekend. I think Deserby to Man City will happen one day if Pep Guardiola decides to leave Man City. Well, it depends on how well Brighton performed, dude. And Pep Guardiola is a year for another 18 months at least. So there's plenty of time to. Deserby might get a job in 18 months. Let's be honest. Yes, man, a group of like-minded people, but I really didn't want to interact with other people. Also, you get me. Plus, in personal, it was very bad too. So yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Devesh. It does not help that when you turn on the sport you love to watch for 90 minutes to get away from it, they can't provide that for you. So I'm sorry to hear that, Devesh. But if you'd like to talk, feel free to DM me, dude. I I can sympathize with that because that's how I found football in the first place. Yeah, congratulations for the Asia Cup and all the best for World Cup. Thanks. Are you sure? Man, I couldn't believe it, dude. I just turned it on randomly because I was playing a little FIFA just to so I don't get rusty, just for fun. And then I was like, 6 for 12 or something. I was like, what? 6 for 12? Like, come on, man. People are trolling me. Then I go to see they all got out. They got out for their second lowest score ever, 50 or something. I was like, Jesus, dude. How bad was the rain? Shocking. I was like, listen, man, I'd take a 50 run total in a 50 over match any day. I'm not going to complain. I was shocked though. I mean, Siraj just went through everybody. I was like, this is insane. Beautiful bowling. I saw the last 5 wickets. I didn't watch the batting. I was like, come on, man, we aren't going to do this bad. Don't need to watch that. But I did watch all the bowling. Inox and Margon is big, but I feel Panjim was way better. I think so. I think that's why people like it too, dude. I've heard this. I've heard that the Panjim one's preferred because it's better maintained. He spent a lot of money in that building, Jordan. Seen each glass apparently back then when it came out. Don't quote me on it, but I was told each piece of glass was 10 lakhs. No, sorry, 5 lakhs, I think. Each piece of glass. I was like, oh, there's a lot of glass in Inox, dude. Ooh, Everton with a chance. Blocked. Forgot to congratulate them. No problem, dude. Thank you. Sounds best plan. I would be looking forward to laughing it out. It's best solution. Yep. You don't have an option, dude, from time to time. You don't have an option. Start making videos on on player highlights, match highlights. When is this Pessy Pedaldo day? I have no idea, dude. I'm going to assume it's something to do with the World Cup and in general. No clue. I love to play chess for fun, but some dickhead just watch YouTube videos and act as if they're better than you. I watched one movie in a cinema in Goa. That was Vishan Talkies. It was a strange movie with a really weird ending. Let's commit in defense. Okay. So someone told me Scott McTominay had a nice game yesterday, and I went and looked at it back. Scott McTominay had 20 touches in the entire game. Yeah, you heard that correctly, people. 20 touches in the entire game. I'll just double check that so I can confirm it for you. Since the game's about to end, it's going to be halftime soon. So I'll just confirm that quickly because we're just out here chilling anyway. But I will give me a minute. Man United Brighton. I'll read it out to you. Okay, so McTominay, where is he? Yeah, he is. 6.5. We lost 3-1. Don't even know what to say about that either. Scott McTominay, 22 touches, Gaurav. That's it. We played almost 100 minutes yesterday. He had 22 touches. And now I'll just do a little comparison here for some context. Casemiro had 56 touches. Christian Eriksen had 66 touches. And I don't think this is going to surprise anyone, but Bruno Fernandes had 98 touches. Scott McTominay touched the ball 22 times in 100 minutes. Players average position. Let's look at players average position. Scott McTominay's average position. The heat map is the majority of the places basically trying to cover for Dallo as he bombs forward. That is the hottest part of his heat map. He barely went backwards throughout the game. Average position, okay? That's the heat map of his personally. So the answer to that question would be absolutely no. Absolutely not. Halftime, by the way, guys. Yeah, so that was his average position, Gaurav. So I'm going to go ahead and say no, he did not commit in defense. We got completely confused to his performance yesterday, I have to admit. Should make one season preview type for all season, some storytelling videos type also maybe about interesting stories around the club. Yesterday was the second time I am against Senak sub of Hoyland and bringing Garnacho and Pelestri on for just 10 minutes. Garnacho has done better than Rashi. First will be letting go Iqbal guy made me a fan. Yeah, man, I can't explain the decision making, dude. I can't. In terms of combat, nothing comes close to AC3 American. That's the one game I didn't play, dude. Apparently, it wasn't very well rated overall, though. Terms of Paco, it's Unity. Unity is French, no? French Revolution. It's a fun game. Parkour was fun. Story-wise, it's the Ezio trilogy, while Black Flag is a good mixture. Yes. So you agree with me, dude? The Ezio trilogy was fun. I love Renaissance Italy, dude. I always. That's why I always want to go to Italy because they maintain their old buildings. They live in those old buildings. It's insane, dude. One of the places I really want to go to. Yeah. Yep. Glad you agree. Guys, wake up. New Rantman video just. Oh no. How does that guy not have a heart attack already? Yeah, I'm trying not to do reaction videos so I don't lose my mind every day. And then we have someone who's just yelling and yelling and yelling. Doesn't seem to affect his health at all. Nathan, we will never support the British team. You know why? Oh, God. Oh, boy. Are you going to tell me or are you asking me? Uh, I can guess why. I don't really want to guess why though. Apparently, there's a new Prince of Persia game in production. It's Unreal Engine 5. Can't wait for that. That game was my childhood. You know what, Jayesh? You're going to find this really weird. But my mom played the original Prince of Persia. It was like a 2D game, like you can see him like walk around like Pac-Man. I guess that's called 2D. Please, I'm not an expert in computers. Forgive me if it's not 2D. The original one, I think it released in the 80s and it was on computers. She actually played that game. And I remember because we got one of the old laptops and I played that game, dude. I don't know how, I don't even remember, but I remember playing that game. My mom's favorite game was the original Prince of Persia. I'll just check when Prince of Persia came out. I'll tell you the date. That was the game she used to play to pass time. 2D. Looks like something from a piece of history. But yeah, what was the first game? Oh, here it is. The first game. Wait, is this the one? Let me check. Yeah. When was this game? 1989. Shit. Yeah, I've actually played that game somehow. Can't really explain how that happened, but it happened. I don't quite remember how that happened, but it did. Honestly, I don't watch yesterday's match. Man United by Brian Murray. Saw on Twitter that some Man United fan booed Ten Hag and they were singing Viva Ronaldo chant. Is that? I thought they were singing Viva Garnacho, dude. In fairness, I keep the volume on low so I don't scream into the mic when I'm chatting with people because they have altered it to Viva Garnacho. But apparently, they were singing Viva Ronaldo and they booed. They didn't boo Ten Hag. They booed the taking off of Rasmus Højlund. I mean, I guess you could say they booed Ten. I guess you could say that, but they were not happy. Højlund came out. Højlund had a nice game. So yeah, I guess it's true. According to some fact checkers, they were chanting Viva Garnacho. So they have technically modified the song, Joshua. But if I'm being completely honest with you, I couldn't hear it in real time because I keep the volume really as low as possible when talking to you so I don't end up screaming. But I saw people on Twitter post it sounded like Viva Ronaldo, so I'm not really going to comment on that personally. But yeah. But the booing I definitely heard because I said that as we were watching the game. So the booing part for Højlund I definitely heard. That definitely did happen. I don't know exactly what they were booing for. Maybe they were booing Højlund being subbed, or maybe they were booing Ten Hag. Could be both. But your eyes are puffy. Sneezing? Sneezing? I need to go into the mirror. Can I have an Electra? Yeah, thank you. Where was I? Sorry. I want great defenders united. Dude, we need new owners first. We're going to ruin all the players as well, Gaurav. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now, dude. We're going to ruin everybody at this rate. We're just going to ruin everybody. Still not caught up. Yikes. Changing managers is like Groundhog Day. Same shit every day, different day. Agreed. Owners are the issue, correct. Mourinho won centre back CDM. If I remember correctly, in the second season, he wasn't back then. Dude, he actually wanted Maguire. People blame Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for that. He wanted Maguire when he couldn't get Koulibaly. They were both too expensive, though. But that is true, though. You can go and check. Mourinho actually wanted Maguire as well. They'll blame that on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but it is what it is. Do you think Onana's lacking some competition? DDG is still a free agent and he should have retained for. I think so. I think we shouldn't have bought Onana this season, Joshua, because we had very limited money. We were told by Richard Arnold in that leaked pub talk that we'll have less money this year. I think we should have gone for Kim and Jay because he was our first interest, according to Romano. Fast forward a week, we we bought Mason Mount and Onana went somewhere else. I mean, Kim and Jay went somewhere else. So the Mount and Onana money could have been spent to getting a striker or a DM replacement and a centre back or something else. I would have signed David De Gea on a half the salary for only 2 years and buy a goalkeeper next year because we needed players in other positions. That is my humble opinion. I know it's very fashionable to hate on Onana at the moment, but my stance was always fixed on that because I remember Richard Arnold telling us last year. That's why I don't like when people go, it's the owner's fault we don't have money. Well, Richard Arnold told us weren't going to have money. No one wanted to believe him. They thought he was lying. He wasn't lying though because we ended up not having enough money. Listen, just so we're clear, Joshua, I definitely don't sympathize with the Glazers, but I would be an absolute liar if I didn't tell you that he said it point blank to fans in a bar that because we spent extra money last season, we'll have less money this season. He was right. He told us the truth. We just didn't want to listen. We didn't want to believe it. We thought they were lying. Well, they weren't lying. So I don't know how Ten Hag doesn't know that because we know that. Wanted to buy Mount instead of Kim and Jay, which was a buyout clause. We could have got him on a lower salary, much lower. Because we could just negotiate with Kim and Jay. He wanted to play in the Prem. Missed opportunities, dude. Always. Nothing new with this. I was watching these new owners thing from 2018. I'm pissed. I shared your stream in all group. Thank you, Gaurav. I know. Thank you very much. First person that we should get rid of is whatever Ramsey has set piece. Yeah, Chelsea set piece coach. Funny enough, that don't know what that really is, but that's true. He was Chelsea's first coach, set piece coach before he came here. Now we get a set piece instead of scoring. I get afraid of conceding. Yeah, I've had that issue before Ramsey as well. So Ramsey is the current issue, but technically that issue was there before him as well. But yes, oh Mario Melchior, former Chelsea player, one of the pundits. Yes, he used to have a lot longer hair, didn't he? Used to have wonderful hair. After all, our owner is dog shit, but since doing tremendous recruitments in recruitment department, we are reaping the results now. Listen, man, even the worst owner, if they get the head out of their ass, they can turn their ship around. Someone tell that to our owners. That would be nice. When I finished Requiem, I couldn't get it off my mind for many days. The first game that made me cry. I know it is a little sad, isn't it? Story I'll remember all my life. It looks sad, dude. Even like the music and all, it's quite sad. Not that not that I can't play sad games, but it did give you that vibe. I didn't see all the entire gameplay, but yeah, sad games do that to you though. Last of Us was kind of a little sad too, wasn't it? Good point. Never thought about it like that. I don't understand why people criticize Glazer for not backing club. After all, Glazers gave those players what people craved for. That's not true though, Swap. We wanted other players and we couldn't afford it, man. I hear what you're saying, dude, but like someone posted something on Twitter today where we have spent 2 billion and we have only an income outgoings and incoming is only 400 million. They're not good business owners, dude. They're not good business owners. It's a culmination of a lot of things, dude. They don't back the club. We were supposed to get Muller, we were supposed to get Bale, we were supposed to get Koulibaly, we were supposed to get other players throughout the years. They haven't backed us, dude. They haven't backed it. They have not. When they said when Ragnick agreed to go upstairs to be a technical director after coaching for 6 months, he would have put in the recruitment in place. He's so well connected, dude. What did we do? Sacked him in 6 months, dude. They don't actually. We don't. We didn't crave for Anthony, dude. We just wanted a right winger. We didn't say we wanted Anthony. When we want Osimhen, we get Hoyland. When we wanted João Felix, we got Weghorst. There are so many instances where we didn't get the players we want to because they don't have the money. They don't spend well, and they play. They no one told also swap. They don't. We don't tell the owners to pay Anthony 20,000 to a 200,000 a week. They've got to be savvy too, dude. You know, Boli has all these boys on not high wages. He spent a lot of money to get them, but he's not spending a lot of money in wages. So there are the business aspect of things have not been run well. But I know what you're saying, dude. But saying that he has not backed your club is an understatement. Our club's not well run. Swap. You Our club's not well run, dude. We don't negotiate when we buy players, and therefore we overpay. There are many ways to run a business swap, and they might be good businessmen, but they're not very good football businessmen. Let's just put it that way. Because let's put it okay. Let me put it this way: swap. We spent 1 billion in the last 10 years. About 2 years ago, Chelsea has spent 800 million in 8 months. Which if I were to tell you, right, if you were a neutral or you had no idea about football, and let's just say you know something about maths, which would be backing? Which would you consider backing? For me, I would consider backing 800 million in 8 months. Now, listen, I know Chelsea are not doing well, but we're talking about just ownership support. Okay, it's very important for context. We're talking about ownership support. 800 million in 8 months, 1 billion in 10 years. You see what I'm saying, dude? There's ways to do it. Any places to go in Mapsa to eat food? Jordan, not in Mapsa, but in Asaga, there's plenty of places. Plenty. They're a little expensive, but there are plenty of really good restaurants in Asaga. Asaga was about 3 kilometers away from Mapsa. In case you didn't know that, I'm sure you do, but just for context, it's about 3-4 kilometers outside of Mapsa city, township, whatever. Manchester United fans should back Ten Hag because I saw how Ten Hag's team play football when we got thrashed by Ten Hag, Ajax 4-1 Champions League quarterfinal. You know what it is? Bang bang. Those players were hungry. Those players wanted to play for the club. Those players felt like they had something to prove because they wanted to make moves to different teams in the future. And when you play like hungry people, you get results. Annabelle Mabry's goal is actually the best example of that. If you're hungry to prove a point, you will at least do your best to do so. Wow, Goodison Park surrounded by, look at all the houses around Goodison Park, dude. There are rows of houses just opposite the old Goodison Park. They're going to feel sad when Goodison Park's broken down, unfortunately. Bruno was a Kamavinga. I know, center back. It is mad, dude. Nathan, bro, I think there was a 5 minute delay in the stream. Do you think so, buddy? Or am I just like way behind on chats? Is there? I don't know. The game started already. Let me tell you a fun fact. Bayern Munich's sextuple winning 11 cost less than Madrid. Everton just likes being in the running for relegation. You really think a 5 minute delay, dude? Is the game started yet? I don't know. I just feel like I'm just not catching up with the chat, if I'm being honest with you. Let me just check. Has the game started already? No, game's not started. Sorry, dude. I'll catch up with the chats. There's no delay. It's just me being slow. Enjoying my chat. I still feel letting go Fred was bad. We should sell mixed sausage instead. I mean, we got an offer. We said no. So hell no, surely not. Yeah, seriously. Oh boy. Well, that's unfortunate. Nathan's way lagging chat. Yeah, I'm lagging in chat, dude. I'm pretty sure I'm lagging in chat. Oh gee, don't forget Dembele. Where am I? Hello, Emma. I didn't know Indian moms play video game. Oh, dude, it was just a pastime when my dad was working in Dubai. I think it was pre-installed in the game. But that was back then. That was what a video game was, I guess. Yes. Mom is a teacher, so in my childhood, every 4 years we need to shift district every time. So yeah, I literally travel the whole of Kerala. Damn, really? Every 4 years? Mom is a teacher. Wow, I didn't know teachers rotated like that, dude. Interesting. Father was a big Drogba and Thierry Henry fan, and he supports Arsenal, Chelsea. I said, how can you support these teams? You know, right? These teams are rivals. He didn't know that entire time. You know what, dude? I don't think my dad knew Chelsea was the big rival back then because that's not how we consumed football back in the day. It's only, I think, the new fans know all this because back then we didn't have access to all this knowledge. They just used to watch football when it came on live. Ramos is back. He's playing today. Oh, God, I don't like Sevilla. Joel, it's the London things. London things. We look at Liverpool 4 years ago. Okay, Nathan, I'll be living, won't be regular like I was because of exam, but join when I will be free. Good night. No problem, Ayush. And we are off the next half. Take care, buddy. Good night and good luck with the exams, everyone. Do wish Ayush good luck for his exams and let us know how it goes. They do have a dog shit owner, but thanks to Michael Edwards and Jurgen Klopp's vision for talent, they became the giants of Prem. Otherwise, agree or not, Liverpool was Spurs and rich before Klopp era. Listen, man, Liverpool had great players, but team-wise, it was rough for them. True. Same opinions are for Enoch. Good business, shouldn't football expertise. Yeah. And see, even he's turning it around. Swap. Look, our owners have been there for 17 years and they can't turn it around. How bad is our owners? Think about that. Imagine. Instead of signing, oh, I finally caught up with the chat. Yes. Instead of signing star players, why not sign players who can be developed and cost cheap? Oh, that's a great answer, Joshua. Great question, Joshua. Because we are Manchester United. You laugh at this one, but I'm being. Oh. Pickford made to work within the first minute. Instead of signing star players, why not sign players who can be developed and cost? So we have a few of them. That's why they were on the bench. The thing is, I don't think Ten Hag thinks we can develop them right now, dude. I think we have just too many games to play. It's too important to maintain our Champions League status now. It's very difficult. But hopefully in time he starts trying to sign younger players. I mean, he has tried to start signing younger players. He wanted Osimhen, he wanted Hoyland. I wouldn't say Hoyland's a star player. I think he's one for the future. He is starting to get sign younger players. I think it's going to go in that direction more and more, Joshua. But we do need a strong spine of we need a strong spine of players that are good enough at this point in time. But hopefully we will start going younger. He wanted to start Mainu, gave Mainu a lot of games this season. Unfortunately, got injured. He wanted to use Diallo and Garnacho as well. Dango. He has some players in mind where he wants them to get experience and start playing with us. So hopefully, when they all come back fit by, I think at latest by Jan, everyone should be fit unless we get more injuries now. So it will be interesting to see what happens in January. Maybe we might get a couple of loan deals in January. I don't know. That's what we Brighton and Newcastle have been doing. Yep, that's true. Especially Brighton, at least consistently. Have you played Starfield yet? No, I have not, but I've seen the game, dude. Very interesting looking game. Very interesting. I saw someone buy like a collector's edition. I saw one unboxing of it. Constellation box or something it's called. Very, very nice. Some of this limited edition stuff looks really cool. I like what video game companies do, you know. The collector's edition for the Assassin's Creed Mirage looks beautiful, but who's gonna spend 12k on it, Jayesh? Who's gonna spend 12k on it? Once in a while, if it's really your favorite game, then okay. But who's gonna spend 10, 12k every time you want a collector's edition? The Mirage one is nice. It has a collectible, and it has apparently the map of the area where you're going to play. It has a map of that, so that's kind of cool. 12k is a lot of money, though, dude. If you're being sponsored, or if this is your job, or you have a steady flow of income where you can afford the lifestyle to invest in collector's editions, then it's cool. But it's really expensive. Although, Jayesh, I have to be honest with you, the next Assassin's Creed game might be in Japan, and I might buy that collector's edition because I think Ubisoft is going to they're going to kill it with the collector's box. So if I have the money, I might spend it on that. Might. Is player power still an issue in Man United? I don't think there's a club in this country that does not have any kind of player power, dude. To some extent, there's player power everywhere. That's just how the hierarchy of sports is. It just might not be as noticeable as it is in some clubs. Yes. Yes, because Maguire didn't leave and McTominay didn't leave, and they were rewarded by staying in the club anyway. So, to sum it up, yes, this is part of the problem. We give them so much wages, or we have to honor the contract if they don't want to leave. So we can't force them out because the Glazers will not cancel their contract and pay them their compensation. So yes, the players end up winning, and that is the sign of player power. So the short answer is yes, Joshua. Very much so. Unfortunately for us, Lewis is not the ideal owner for our club. Hope someone buys and keep Levy as chairman. Make Levy about football expertise things. Well, listen, dude, I'm very curious to see what happens to Everton. Everton are getting new owners. What are they called? 777 something like that. So they are getting new owners. So let's see what happens there. The new owners are going to get a brand new stadium as well. So kind of like how City got that Commonwealth Stadium, didn't they? City did the same thing really. So they get a team and a new stadium, which hasn't been played in yet. Although, if I'm being honest with you, I will miss Goodison Park. I love old school British stadiums. They give me vibes of a different time of football. So that will be a little sad, but yeah, they will get a new stadium and a new club. Live used to be good while we played FIFA 14 on PSP. FIFA PSP, dude. Naruto games on PSP. OP, my friend. OP. The Naruto games are real fun. I still have my PSP. I just need to buy a new battery. Should really visit Southern Deck. Southern Deck is wait 1 minute, dude. Southern Deck is Benaolim, right? Near Cavatina. I've gone. I literally went to the south side. I think it was after you subbed Jordan. I came to the south side to go to Cavatina. And while driving out of Cavatina, we passed by, what is it, Radisson or whatever. And I believe that's where the Southern Deck is, right in Benalim. We went there, dude. We went to the beach next to it. We walked in front of it. We already ate, so we couldn't go in. It was pointless. But we literally were right next to the Southern Deck. I would say, what is it, September? I would say early August. Early August we went there. Yeah. 777. So rest in peace. I think that's the group, man. There's some weird name for that group. I think that was it. Players are also assets for the owners, not the manager. Yeah, exactly. So they have a lot of control. Let's see what Scottman does. He will be seeing all our football related stuff. Levy will be focused on money making stuff. Listen, man, as long as you'll get the NFL there even once a year, and like concerts and stuff, Levy's going to look like a genius, and he's going to look like a bigger genius now that he's not in charge of football stuff. Well, I have a PC Game Pass, so I play Starfield on that. That game literally has over 1,000 planets to explore, and it's visually spectacular. 9 out of 10 for me so far. Jayesh, I've seen gameplay again, Starfield, because I was hearing reviews of it. It's not my style of game, but I'm always curious to see good graphics. I think good graphics is, whether you like to play the game or not, it's just a joy to watch. Ooh, Arsenal came close there. Confusion between the defender and Pickford. Pickford's losing his mind as always. Arsenal came close there. 1,000 planets to explore, dude. How long must that game have taken to be made? 1,000 planets. I don't even want to know how long that game took to be made. Life used to be so good when Cristiano and Marcelo played together for my club. Listen, dude, we all can't have good days every day. You know, sometimes you end up with a Mendy, dude. You know, or in my case, an Anthony and McTominay. Yeah. Still have my PS1 and Game Boy Advance. I never had the PS1. I had PS2, PS3, PSP, PS4. Yeah. I had my PS2 until last year. I mean, I couldn't do anything with it anymore, man. I had my PS3 about 3 4 years ago. It was gone. My PS2 was I kept my PS2 instead of my PS3 because my PS2 actually was working. And I was like, what am I gonna do with the PS2, dude? Got rid of that even. Now I just have my PS4 and PSP. Gotta get a new battery though, man. After so many years, my I bought it. I think when the second year it came out, and the batteries just recently started expanding. So gotta get a new battery. Resulting the team to be relegated and probably bankrupt. They'll give big promises, but they will not invest in club. Oh, the new owners of Everton. Listen, man, they might even get relegated before those new owners can do anything. Last football game I played is PES 17. It's good though. Was in production for 25 years. Does have the tendency to create the best open world games. Doesn't Bethesda have that what is the other game they have? You know the guy with the mask. I keep forgetting what it's called. Borderlands? Is that what it's called? Oh, backflick off the line. Bro, who did that backflick off the line? That was cold defending, dude. Who was that? Was that Mikalenko? Oh, he was offside anyway. Man, look at that. Look at that save. Who was that? I think that was Mikalenko. Whoa. Backflick clearance. No, that wasn't Mikalenko. Who was that? Brathwaite? I can't tell from here who it was. I think it was Mikalenko. Ah, Fallout. Fallout. Thank you. That was the game Fallout. Ah, Bethesda. 25 years, huh? Jeez. Well, it seems like it paid off. I mean, I don't know if I would do take 25 years to make a game anymore, but it definitely looked like it paid off. It looks like a very nice game. What do you do with your old consoles? Do you sell them or give it away for scrap? Well, because they didn't work, Joshua, and I never thought of the concept of scrap, I just threw it away. Unfortunately, I never really thought about it that way. But I think now if I'm supposed to change my PS4, I'll either give it to my friend if they're interested, or I will resell it. Because apparently Game Nation takes your old consoles, they come check it and then they take it and they give you some money. So I might do that. Might do that. Might do that for my PS4. Or I might keep my PS4, dude, for nostalgia. It does work. So I don't necessarily need to get rid of it, but what I'm trying to say is I have a better option now. I can resell it on Game Nation or something. They work on separate projects at the same time. That's why some of them take so long. That makes sense. That's why Naughty Dog take forever to make their games. Oh, shot goes wide, blocked. Arsenal are putting on the gas now. That makes sense though, man. But they should have, some of these companies also have smaller work teams. So when they have to divide all the work, it takes forever to be made. Like, look how long God of War gets takes to be made, or for that matter, GTA 6. GTA 6, I think, was supposedly leaked to come out around the 2020 2021. Dude, it's going to be 2024. It's still not out. How long it's taking to be done every time? It's insane. First time, my friend put me onto it now, Joshua. He bought a second-hand PS4, and he's buying second-hand games. Literally, I think 2 weeks ago. So he asked me what games to play. I'm like, don't invest in a PlayStation 4 because it's going to be obsolete in like 2 years. The Sony CEO basically said they're going to move straight to PS5 in the future, in the near future. So I told him, listen, man, don't waste your money. Don't spend whatever it is 20K on it, because save another 20K over time and save another 20K over time and just buy the PS5. But he told me he got it from Game Nation, and and he showed me this website, and they do these different things, and you can buy used games and stuff. So I was like, okay, interesting. Then he asked me what game should I buy. I'm like, see if you can find these games, try them out. So I told him Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, this, that, and the other. So yeah, I just found out about it recently too. Thinking of offloading my PS1 Game Boy Advance along with the games. See if they. I think they come to check to see how it works, dude. You'll have to do some research on it for resale. But if they work, I don't know what you'll get for those games. A PS1 though, dude. I don't think people are buying PS1s. You might get money for it because it's like a vintage thing though. So see if you can get it sold, dude. Them a vintage PS1 if it works. It might go for money, dude. Maybe check eBay or something. Decluttering my house. That's real grown up problems, Joshua. I feel you. I've been I try to declutter my house every at least my room every 6 months. Uh, Games, clothes, whatever, anything. Minimalistic living is a lot more attractive when you get older. When you're younger, you probably don't care about it as much. I respect it when they take long, especially when it's a highly anticipated one. Because if an anticipated game turns out to be average, it's so disappointing. Look what happened with Cyberpunk. Funny enough, haven't played it. I don't. I think there's a better chance of me playing Starfield than Cyberpunk, and that's not because of the review you just gave, Jayesh. It's because Cyberpunk looks too intense to me, dude. It's too otherworldly. It's quite I don't know. It's just weird for me. I think I would probably play Starfield over Cyberpunk anyway. And the fact that you told me there's 1,000 planets to explore, I can just roam around freely. That actually makes it more fun for someone like me. That's why I enjoyed Ghost of Tsushima. You don't have to do the story. You can do the side quests. You can just walk around. You can take photos. You can just chill out. Yeah, I like Assassin's Creed also that way. Just walk around, man. You don't even have to play the game. That's the best part about Assassin's Creed, the best part about these games where you don't have to follow us a certain way. You can just randomly check out islands and stuff. It's fun. Mohammed, I've been better, buddy. Where have you been? I hope you've been hiding on Twitter after yesterday. I've not been good, but best way to detox is watch just some more football that has nothing to do with you, and you can just enjoy the game. So this is my idea of detox. Sit around, hang around with the chat. We have enjoyed ourselves today. We just talked about a bunch of stuff. Good news is at least India won today. I mean, some good news today, and just chilling out. Yeah, just chilling out. I've been better. Yesterday was a rough though. I'm not going to lie. Man, I'm so excited for Cyberpunk because of Keanu Reeves. I couldn't play that game for more than a week. Jayesh, I was actually watching. Was it a state of play? It's one of those things, man. Don't quote me on it. I watch them like a nerd because I always hope they're going to leak a game that I want to play or a new version of the game I want to play, like a God of War and stuff. So I was just like watching one of these. I think it was state of play only, or some Sony related event, or it could be TGS actually. You know what? Don't quote me. I don't know what it was. I was just watching it. I was just watching, but okay, come on, man. Please tell me there'll be a game I want to play this time. It's coming out soon. Suddenly, Keanu Reeves walks out. I'm like, what? What's this? I'm like, what's this? Are we doing movies now? I didn't sign up to watch movie trailers. Please, can we stick with video games? And then Cyberpunk. I was like, oh wow, he wants to be in video games, like, and they say video games is for young people. I was like, yow, couldn't believe it, man. Couldn't believe it. Apparently, he's a very eccentric gentleman. He owns like a bike dealership and he's very into bikes and stuff. But when I was just sitting there, I was just watching him come, I'm like, wait a minute, this guy looks familiar. I was like, Keanu Reeves? Is that really him? I had to like rub my eyes. I'm like, okay, it's late at the night, dude. What is happening here? Then he started talking about Cyberpunk. I was like, okay. I don't know how, but I don't know how they did it. I don't know how the gaming company did it, but they really built the hype with that one. Like you said, Jayesh, with Keanu Reeves, that was. I'm not going to lie. In terms of a marketing strategy, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. Have to say, it was brilliant. Calvert Lewin's coming on with a face mask. Don't quite remember him getting a face injury. Maybe I didn't. I don't watch a lot of Everton though, so putting on the face mask. Dan, who's coming off? Hold on a minute. Nketiah has come off. Arsenal look like they're getting a little frustrated now. Jesus is on. One change. Beto's coming off for Calvert Lewin. Interesting. RK7, welcome to the channel. RK7, do please hit a like, share, and subscribe if you have not. We're talking about United. This is great. I think Onana should concentrate more on the game and not on fans. That's why he's losing everything. Uh, I have my takes on Onana, if I'm being honest. RK7. Unfortunately, there are bigger problems at our club at the moment. I think all these players just need to get rid of social media. They are too. They're just so comfortable with all the power they have, though. That's one thing I don't like, dude. RK7. Imagine the players that played for this club, right? Ooh, over the bar, Danjuma. Think about all the players we've had over the years. Okay, these players have until recently, most of them have won nothing in their life, and the way they have been behaving and the way they have power, it is so confusing to me. I can't even understand it. I can't understand it because it doesn't make any sense. They should just focus on, they really, really should just focus on football. So I agree with you. What type of games I usually like to play? So Jayesh, the thing with me is, right, because I do have a PlayStation, like I told you, and games can be super expensive. So the thing I have a simple strategy. I don't know about you, but my strategy is very simple. I try to play a game that has a long game cycle. So the game you'll see me regularly play is FIFA. Now, just to put it into perspective, FIFA released last week of September last year, and until what is the date? 17th, about the 10th or 12th of September, we still had content to play for. Whether you're bored of the game, whether you're waiting for EAFC 24, content wise, like production of content wise, till about the 12th to 15th September, there's still content you can play for if you don't play other games, for example, or if there are no new games coming out and FIFA's the only game going on at the moment. So these are the games I have because their life cycle literally moves into the next game. So it's really worth your money, if that makes sense, especially if you don't want to spend thousands and thousands and thousands on games, multiple games. So FIFA for me is the number one game I look forward to every year because I know for 10 months of the year, for 10 months of the year at least, there will be content that is playable enough for you to pick up the game. Sometimes the gameplay sucks. Goal! This is Trossard? Oh my god, a banger of a goal, man. Oh, he just opens up the foot, hits it on the far side, and it goes in. And this match is boring. It is. They scored now. It could be real. It could be real fun now. Um, I usually playing simulation. That's another kind of game that does not get old per se. What happened here off the box? Odegaard. Saka cuts it back. I'm pretty sure that was Saka. Oh yes, I'll get an assist at least. My God, my FPL is in the mud. Cuts it back, opens the field. You know what, dude? That was an insane goal by Trossard. What an angle! What an angle! Opens up the foot. Oh my God, the angle is filthy, guys. I don't know how many of you guys are watching the whole game, or you're just here to chat and like hang out. But if you guys can watch the highlight of the Trossard goal, you will love it. I mean, you might not love it. Y'all might not like Arsenal, but you love the goal. What a crazy goal! What an angle! Oh, finally, there's a goal in this game. Man, got to say, I thought Everton was going to get battered. It took them 69 minutes to score. Took them 69 minutes to score. Now, more goals could come, but so far, so good for Everton. Everton were playing well. So, I like playing FIFA, Jayesh. The next thing I like is I like the story mode games with 40, 50, 60 hours of gameplay. So, like an Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Ghost of Tsushima, those kind of games. I don't like playing multiplayer games because sometimes servers can affect my gameplay and then it's just very frustrating. Also, I don't know none of my friends actually have a PlayStation or never had one. So I don't really have anyone else to play with. That's why FIFA is probably the best that way because there are millions and millions of FIFA players, dude. It's easy to find people to play with online. And also, if you don't want to play with other people, you can just do offline stuff and collect cards and just play randomly if you don't want to play with other people. But normally, what FIFA do is they what we do is we find players that play FIFA, put them in friend groups on PlayStation, and if we have objectives and stuff, we play together, achieve the objectives, unlock the cards, that kind of stuff. So yeah, story mode games I like, man. I don't know what you'd call them, but I like things like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff I like doing. Ooh, Everton with a chance. I think that goes for corner. Mikalenko couldn't keep it down. If you want a lot of content to play, oh, I saw that game. That game's still a little expensive at the moment, Jayesh, but I can't wait to play Hogwarts Legacy. It looks so clean, and Harry Potter-esque games I've wanted to play. Harry Potter games are something I think the gaming community needed, and I don't know, maybe and I don't, Jayesh, but I hope there are more games in the wings of Hogwarts Legacy or whatever it's called, the next one, because that was fun. It was fun to watch. It's fun to watch. I can't wait when the game gets cheap. I really would. I'm definitely gonna play that game. That game was real fun. See. Also, I heard Baldur's Gate 3 is pretty good. I haven't played it. You know what, Jayesh? Have a look at people who do walkthroughs and see if it's a game you want to play. I watch one episode. I don't want to know the whole story, so I watch one episode. If you know anyone, if there's Baldur's Gate 3 gameplay around walkthroughs, just watch it. If you like that style of game, then invest, dude. Don't just invest otherwise. Rocket League is fun. You know what? Believe Rocket League is free. It does look a lot fun, but again, you need players. Sometimes my servers aren't the best. In general, my internet's not the best. So there's always that issue. That's why I think I like playing one player story mode games as well. Just so I don't have to be frustrated about how bad my internet is from time to time. So that does play a part in my choices. I will not lie. Um, yes, Hogwarts Legacy did look nice though. It's a very good point. Look, why did I Martinelli touch it? Trossard was there. Oh, Vieira, sorry. Trossard was there. Damn it. Bayern Munich players reveal their childhood idol. They look at Cristiano Ronaldo. Kind of doesn't make sense, dude, because they do the whole Johan Cruyff thing, right? But especially him, didn't he go on about Johan Cruyff when they won the league and they left that year? See, this is another thing, dude. I don't trust players to tell the truth even sometimes bang bang. These people can't be trusted, bro. Like they're just, they're the worst kind of storytellers because you can go back in an interview and hear them say a different name. That's where the Caicedo meme is, the Mbappe meme is. My mom was a Liverpool fan, and or this person was that fan, and that person. They do that all the time, dude. I thought Delict loved Johan Cruyff. I'm confused, but listen, man. Who am I? I don't argue with these things. It does make sense to me. So Delict said Cristiano. Kimmich said Xavi. That's interesting. It's very interesting. He was a right back who went to midfield. I thought his hero would be Philip Lahm. Very interesting answer. Musiala, Messi, and Ronaldinho. Manuel Neuer, Van der Sar. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Van der Sar. I love this. Look no further than Requiem. That game touched me. No, I believe you, Jayesh, because I watched the walkthroughs I was telling you about. I believe that. That game has a very intense feeling to it. I believe that. I'm too busy playing Starfield right now, so I'm not going to buy any games for a while. That's a good call, dude. Like, I think Starfield is kind of the kind of game I would buy if it was cheaper because 1,000 planets, a lot of gameplay, a lot of nice ways to pass the time. You don't need the internet. That sounds like the kind of game I would buy if I didn't play FIFA regularly. It really is. So that's a very good choice. You have Game Pass, like you said, so you save money, but it's really expensive with the PlayStation stuff. But no regrets, obviously, because I never really had a PC until I started doing this live stream stuff. So yeah, it's part of the game of being a PlayStation owner now. You have to just deal with it. Um, yeah, Starfield sounds like a kind of game I would buy though. Hours of gameplay. You don't need to be rushed. Exploration. Don't need the internet. Sounds like a game I would enjoy. I will try Baldur's Gate 3 at some point though. I think you should do a walkthrough, Jayesh, unless it's cheap and it doesn't matter for you. I would recommend you to watch a walkthrough. See if it's the kind of game you play, then invest, man. Like you just gotta watch 10, 20 minutes of the game. You don't have to like spend an hour. Just get a feel of the game. If it's, oh boy, they're gonna get opened up here. They're gonna get opened up here. Save on the rebound. Vieira. What the hell Everton is doing? They've defended so well. Mikalenko threw himself at the ball there. Good block. Who was your childhood idol when you were growing up? So, oh boy, I get emotional when I have to talk about this particular thing. Um, I assume we're talking about football because the first sports person I fell in love with was Michael Jordan. Me and my dad were Chicago Bulls fans. Towards the end of his career, I watched. My dad would wake me up at an obscene time in the morning to watch him play random games of basketball. We are big, big Jordan fans. So if you want to go by overall sports person, I have to be honest with you. At the time, I didn't know what I was watching. I appreciated much later on in my life. Michael Jordan would be the my idol. Football wise, I'll tell you the story quite quickly, so I don't want to waste time. Uh, I might go behind on the chats again. In any sports, oh, okay, in any sports is Michael Jordan. It's one of the first sports we watched, and growing up in Bombay, there were basketball fields, courts everywhere. So access to play basketball was very easy back then. Now moving to Goa, it's not easy, dude. It's not easy. Still not easy after all these years, but yeah, Michael Jordan is the first person I think I loved. And then started watching pro wrestling. So I used to love Stone Cold because my dad used to be a pro wrestling guy too. When they used to go, him and his work friends after work, they used to like watch WWF back then. So he was a big Hulk Hogan guy. He loved Hulk Hogan. Um, then one day I moved to Goa. I used to watch cricket. I loved Sachin Tendulkar. Growing up in Bombay, most people loved Tendulkar back in the day. One day I randomly turned on the screen, saw a highlight of David Beckham's Wimbledon half-line goal. I thought it was the most magical thing I've ever seen. Now you have to understand, I didn't really watch football before that. I really didn't. And to me, it was like the most magical thing ever. So football wise, it would be David Beckham. But then I just loved Sir Alex, and I stopped liking players that way because when David Beckham left for Real Madrid, and now we know the story why he did, my heart broke. And really, from that day onwards, I've never kept a footballing idol. I will always love Sir Alex Ferguson. The day he's not at the games anymore will be quite honestly the saddest day in my life on a personal level. Because now we don't even have Sir Bobby Charlton coming to the games anymore. He's too ill now. He has dementia. Got very emotional first time not seeing Sir Bobby in the stands for 20 years of watching football. But he's become very sick now, and I can't imagine not watching football with Sir Alex in the stands, dude. It's going to be a very rough day, very rough day. Yeah. So yeah, it goes in that order. Michael Jordan, Stone Cold, Sachin, David Beckham, and then Sir Alex Ferguson. That's who made me love sports. Various different sports persons. Yeah. Dilek says childhood Ronaldo was his childhood idol when he was in Ajax and he played with Cristiano together in UAE. Yeah, he did. He also said no in Bayern Munich. I know, man, but he did that whole in the name of Johan Cruyff celebration when they won the league. At Ajax. It's weird, dude. Listen, man. I'm not saying he's a liar. I'm just saying it's weird. Now that we have seen Mbappe say like three of his clubs have been his parents' favorite club and he would like to play, it becomes very suspect. Even Moises Caicedo with the Chelsea jersey, but then said he likes Antonio Valencia because fellow Ecuadorian and he played for Manchester United and he was a United fan. Bro, like listen, man. I'm not saying they're liars. It's just, but there is proof that they have said other things. So it's I don't care, man. If his favorite player is Cristiano, that's great. If he played with Cristiano Ronaldo, that is even better because Garnacho is Argentinian and his favorite player is Ronaldo, and he's played with Messi and Ronaldo. So that's really cool for them personally. Obviously, I'm not saying they're liars, dude. I'm just saying they might have more than one favorite player. Who knows? Who knows? What do I know? But yeah, that's pretty cool, right? When you play with your childhood hero, he stays around long enough so you can play with him. That is the cool thing when it happens. On PC, you get easy 60 FPS on good device. I don't think I have a good one. I think I have like a basic one, dude. I started off with a basic one. Don't know. I have to ask my computer guy. He's a personal friend of mine. So yeah. If you only play on console, don't buy Starfield. Yeah, I only play on console. I heard many people complain about FPS issues. Yeah, that is always that though, dude. There's always FPS issues on the consoles. All the time. All the time. David Beckham easily my favorite English player ever. Nice. Nathan, I started supporting United after Sir Alex era. How was the feeling in his last game manager in the first game without him? Oh boy, we're gonna get very emotional today, are we? Okay, I'm gonna put things in context as someone who has actually seen our team win lots of things. I have seen Solskjaer retire. I have seen Scholes retire. I have seen Neville retire. I've seen Giggs retire. I've seen Van der Sar retire. I've seen Vidic leave. I've seen Ferdinand leave. I've seen Evra leave. I've seen Ronaldo leave. Beckham leave. Nani leave. Berbatov, Rooney basically retired. Yeah, let's be honest. Wanted to end his club at Everton, but he wasn't done playing football. So he went to DC United and then he went to Derby because he was still good enough to actually play football. That's the truth. He just wasn't good enough to play at the level he wanted to play anymore. That's how he went from DC United back to Derby, and he played Derby there, and he was tougher than the players there, and he worked harder than the players there, even though he was older than the players there. And he almost managed them out of relegation with 3 games to spare, even though they had a minus 20 point deficit. So these are the kind of players mentality I was surrounded with before what it is today. When Sir Alex retired, apparently he was supposed to go on for one more year, but it was the hardest day in my life because Sir Alex Ferguson basically saved my life as a kid. He really did. And one day, one day I'll pay a tribute to him, and it's going to be a very emotional video because I'm not going to put in fucking highlights and I'm not going to put in videos. I'm just going to speak from the heart, and it's not going to be the most attractive looking video, but I hope that day never comes. I hope I'm not alive to see that day. I know the maths does not benefit me in that favor, but I hope I don't have to see that day somehow. Um, it was heartbreak, but you know what he said? He said, I have given my whole life to football. I just want to spend time with my wife and my kids now. You can't deny a man that, dude. After what he's given to our club, you can't feel bad. You can't be mad at him. You can only feel sad he's not going to do it anymore. The first day he was not at the helm, and we got David Moyes, who I was not necessarily happy about. He was a very good coach at the time, and he was very consistent with Everton. And he did really well with Everton in some seasons, but wasn't happy to have him. I wanted a better coach. I won't lie, but Sir Alex Ferguson gave him the rub. It was the most weirdest feeling in my life watching him in a court, sitting next to Sir Bobby Charlton. And the one thing I will never forget about that retirement video was the commentator at the time. I think it was the commentator at the time. They panned into Sir Bobby Charlton, and they said, Sir Bobby Charlton retired at this club, and he went into the stands, and he watched his best friend coach this team for 26 years. And now both the good friends are going to sit up in the stands and watch the next era of Manchester United together. And I got very emotional when I heard that, because Bobby Charlton was what Sir Alex is to us now before Sir Bobby Charlton got sick. He used to be that one guy you see every game, watching the games, wherever the games were. And when Sir Bobby Charlton wasn't sitting next to Sir Alex Ferguson, that was a rough day. That also was it's nothing to do with football. It's just something to do with what it makes you feel. That certainty of nothing changing, whether your day is good or your day is shit. When your team plays, two things are going to happen. Sir Alex Ferguson's going to be there. Sir Bobby Charlton's going to be there. And the fans are going to be there and create the atmosphere. I went from Sir Bobby being there to Sir Bobby and Sir Alex being there to no Sir Bobby being there. And one day, obviously, no Sir Alex being there. So it's going to be really rough. It was easily the worst day of my life. And as a sports fan, it's the worst day of my life. Yeah. Because it affected me personally as well moving forward. And then our club started declining as well, and that affected me even more personally moving forward. So it was a rough day. It's a very rough day, but I can never hate him. I can never say anything about it. He has given so much to our club. If you want to spend time with his wife and kids at 80 years old, I am not going to tell that man he cannot retire. I am not going to tell that man, give me one more year. I'm just not going to do that. So yeah, it was rough, but we have to just move on, man. Time doesn't wait for anybody in life. That's what I've learned. Time doesn't wait for anyone. Saw and read about Cristiano Ronaldo's first ever newspaper when he won the Ballon d'Or in 2020. Said that after that, I started following Cristiano Ronaldo. Then I saw us Portugal versus Germany in 2014 World Cup. Bro, first time newspaper when he won the Ballon d'Or in 2020. I was like, didn't he won one at United as well? So yeah. Yes. For me, MS, I'm going to assume that's, I know you're a Super Kings fan, so I know who MS is. Yash Rajesh. Hockey team. Interesting. Rooney. Hockey, huh? Very interesting. Yash Rajesh. Germany trashed Portugal 4-0, yeah. And people don't believe that Portugal wasn't a good team, dude. And Ronaldo single-handedly had to drag them through to win stuff. People think Portugal and Argentina were the same kind of international team when Messi and Ronaldo were equals. I'm like, bro, Messi had the better team every international tournament. Every international tournament, Messi had the better team. People are like, no, the Portugal team is good. I'm like, bro, the Portugal team's not good compared to the Argentinian team. Let's not pretend, man. People just didn't want to listen. People thought the Portuguese team was actually very good. I was like, you're not going to be able to convince these people, man. We got to just move on. They just don't want to admit that Ronaldo had to drag Portugal a lot over the years. That's it. The people just don't want to believe that. So no point trying to convince them. And people will say Messi had to drag Argentina. True, but Argentina had the better players around Lionel Messi and they just played like crap. Whereas Portugal players were actually crap and not good enough on the Argentine level. Hot take, but I believe that. One of the unlucky guys because I didn't see Cristiano Ronaldo play for Man United when he was young. That's fair, man. He was a very different player when he was young. Bang bang. He was very raw. Alex Ferguson had to calm him down and discipline him in the sense of order. Um, there were things like that. It was an interesting time, man. It was when ball juggling and tricks were very foreign to not foreign, but people didn't do it a lot in English football. So there are all these highlight reels of him making people fall over and like trip and stuff. Because in reality, a lot of people used to not do that in England. Not a flair was not really what I would call a style of English football. There were flair players, but it was different kinds of flair. It wasn't like trick style flair. Like juggling. Look at these Everton people just lying down on the mat. They're like, man, I don't get paid enough to work here. Just gonna lie down on my side. They don't even care really. So yeah, he was raw, man. He's nothing like the product you saw in 2013. It's very, very raw, young Ronaldo. Very, very raw. Well, what was your first reaction for Cristiano to leave Ronaldo? Oh boy. Ooh. Why not? Yeah, I'll admit it. I was very bitter. And the reason I was very bitter is because David Beckham also left. Very, very bitter. But again, man, he did what he could for the club. He wants to go. He wants to go. Forcing a player back then to play for your club was just. It's not worth it. It's not worth it because if they don't give you the performances, then you kind of have to blame the club for keeping him. So I was heartbroken because it gave me Beckham vibes. I didn't realize why Beckham left at the time, obviously, but it reminded me of that. Then I said, you know what, Real Madrid, United, we always had this great relationship historically. At least he's going to a club I respect. A lot of my favorite players played for Real Madrid. So I was like, you know what, man, we won everything we could with Ronaldo. We could have won more. I believe we could have won more. You'll never know now. We'll never know now, obviously. I believe we could have won more. I believe we could have retired here. I believe so. Alex Ferguson would probably play more games, as a few more games at least. Maybe one, two more seasons if Ronaldo was still here. You can't do anything about that, man. You can't do anything about that. You can't live in the past. I was sad, but then you had to move on quickly, man. Back to back Champions League finals. We had to rebuild. Then we got Obertan, Michael Owen, and some other, and Valencia to replace Ronaldo, which was, except for Valencia, they were not very good buys. Although we did win with Michael Owen stuff, but it wasn't a good buy, man. Wasn't a good buy. Oh my God, the Everton fans are just storming out of the park. Feel bad for them, man. Feel bad for them. Dude, there's a house literally across. There are houses literally across the road from Goodison Park. Only in England, bro. Only in England. Um, yeah. So that was the vibe. Really, I was really sad about that. But if he went somewhere else, I'd probably be really mad. Fact that he went to Real Madrid was a little more bearable for me personally. Did you watch the Milan? I did not, dude. I woke up today 5-1, was shocked. Inter trashed Milan, yeah. Very shocked. Very shocked. I thought I had Inter beating them 2-1. And I was like 5-1. I was like, come on, man. 5-1. Mad, mad, mad. And do you remember Ronaldo's debut for man? I don't. I'll be honest, buddy. I don't. I don't. Back then, I wasn't as into football religiously as I am nowadays. But I actually don't remember his debut. I can be honest about it, dude. I'm not going to pretend like I remember. I don't. I don't. I was as I went later on in life, I got more and more invested in football. Like I said, I used to watch basketball. I used to watch cricket. I used to watch WWE. I ended up watching UFC. I ended up watching tennis. I got into a bunch of different sports. That's why I enjoy talking to Sadik Bhai, because me and him we vibe on multiple sports because we have actually watched multiple sports religiously over the years, especially when we were kids. Um, so yeah, I wasn't into it as much as I am nowadays. I don't even watch cricket, dude. I watch IPL. That's it. May watch the World Cup, India games. Uh, I just really watch football and UFC now, man. I don't even watch tennis like I used to after Nadal is slowing down. Um, Last full tennis game I watched was the World versus Europe matches where Roger Federer retired. It's the last game I watched. Full game of tennis. I watched Nadal and Federer play the doubles match together, and I saw the farewell, and I was in tears, man. It was like 3 in the morning, just watching it. Just sad day, man. Sad day that day. Not the sad day. Saw a documentary on Geo Cinema that day when his brain bleed. He was hospitalized childhood. You must have watched if you haven't. No, I haven't watched that. I must watch it. Wait, what's the name of the documentary, Danish? So Alex Ferguson. Oh, so Alex Ferguson you're talking about. Never given. No, I haven't watched it, dude. I should watch it though. That is right. I don't want to invest in all these subscriptions, dude. I don't use any of them. It's just a waste of money. But I definitely should watch that. That is true. Rio Ferdinand said Cristiano came as a kid and left as a man. He came back as a legend. I agree. I would say that definitely. That definitely is true. It was very raw when he came. Why people hate Ronaldo because he didn't win the World Cup? I don't think they hate him, dude. I think they just hold it over him, thinking like he needs to win the World Cup. People are going to probably say Haaland needs to win the World Cup and Mbappe did. So Mbappe is better than Haaland. That's just going to be the next version of it. Bang bang. Watch out. That's going to be the next version of it. One plays for France and one plays for Norway, and they act like the teams are the same level of same levels of quality, dude. It's insane. I'm not on this Portugal Argentina train, dude. Portugal have never had a team as strong as Argentina. That's my opinion. That's it. I'm sure people will argue with me, but I genuinely don't think so. I have a hot take too. I think Rodri will go down greatest DM ever. I've never seen any DM who does everything at the absolute highest level. Ooh, ever. Ooh, we're gonna find out, man. He didn't start out very well, right, in his youth. It depends on what he does moving forward, but yeah. Let's see what he does, man. He might not be that successful moving forward, Jayesh. But I don't think that's a hot take. That's a very interesting take, though. I didn't think about it like that. That's another thing about football. You never think about it until people are almost retiring or they're done. You never really think about these things. Like now you're talking about Rooney and Ronaldo and all. They're coming to the end of their career, so we think about it. But actually, we don't really think about it when they play, when they're like 30, 31. Like when they're 40, we go, oh, they're almost done or they just retired. As it's happening, we don't really pay attention to it. Many people don't leave their country and comfort zone like Cristiano Ronaldo when he left at 18. Yeah, Sancho also left. There are plenty of people. Messi left at 12. Like, obviously, that is for medical reasons and all that stuff. But yeah, that's true. It takes a lot of courage to back yourself as a youngster and, you know, take your career head on. Cross and free kick, Beckham volley, RVP. I tell you, man, Robin Van Persie, his left foot was lethal. Arsenal aren't looking that kind of threat to be honest like last season. But swap, there are some games where it just doesn't look that way anyway, man. Sheffield United can say the same. We could say the same thing about Man City and Sheffield United. But they ended up winning, and so has Arsenal. So that's probably the most annoying thing. Like you said, we could have won more if Ronaldo would have stayed. What do you think if Tevez was permanently signed? Well, yeah, I mean, we could definitely win with him too, dude. I mean, I've never seen two strikers like Rooney and Tevez who run back and front anymore. I've never seen a striker like that do that anymore. Rooney and Tevez would go right to the front of the pitch and right to the back of the pitch like bulldogs consistently. I've never seen strikers do that ever since. I've never, not on this level. Now people say, "Yeah, Vegas did." I'm like, bro, Vegas is not on that level. He wasn't as fast. He wasn't as physical. Didn't have the finishing like either of them. I've never seen people like Tevez and Rooney do that ever since. The stamina they had, the back and forth, it was a great time back then, man. It was a great time back then. Cristiano Ronaldo left Man United. Man United one of the best team in the world. He joined Real Madrid when they were struggling. There's another guy called Mbappe who doesn't want to come to Madrid. Bro, you don't need a man. I told Giant this all the time, man. You don't need a man. No club, no person's bigger than the club. Don't make a mistake. This is why I don't like Perez twerking for Mbappe, dude. Just leave him alone, man. He's not worth it. Leave him alone. Buy other players that want to come and play for the shirt. Forget Mbappe, dude. Let him stay in France and suffer. Leave him alone, dude. Jamba Jamba was a good dribble back in the end. Ronaldo was subbed on and made the crowd and media go crazy with every trick and yeah, because we didn't do that a lot back then. It used to be like JJ or Kocha here and there. People used to do it every game. He would come and try these things, and people would love it, dude. It's just a different kind of football the English fans don't really see a lot of. So it's one of those things. Who's your MMA goat, Khabib or John Jones? Oh, yeah, neither. GSP. GSP, I have reasoning for that. John Jones because of because of the PED issues. So therefore, even Anderson Silva doesn't come in the thing. Khabib because he wasn't active enough. At the end of the day, no, Khabib only finished. I believe it was 9-0, no 10-0 in the UFC, and he didn't have enough title defenses. He finished undefeated, but he didn't have enough title defenses, and he wasn't very active for many years. And yeah, that's it really. But I'm sure a lot of people say Khabib, which is absolutely fine. I like GSP because GSP literally has fought 3 generations of welterweights. He's had the losses and he's won both those matches on his comeback. He lost when he was very young. It was a time when there was no build-up fights. If you watch Khabib was built up to 15, 16 and because of the Russian system of how they do things. They have a lot of dummy fights. And that is just a system in Russia. That's not anyone's fault or anything, but they do that a lot. So this is one of those things I don't like. I believe GSP started at 5-0 in the UFC and finished in the end with 21-2. I think that was his record in the UFC. And he avenged both those losses. And he had 9 title defenses. And he's a double champion as well after 3 years of retirement, upper weight class. So, yeah. For me, it's a GSP. Like I said, Fred is poor man's Park Ji-sung. Park Ji-sung. Good lord, that's depressing. Top 10 EPL defenders this season for you. Probably the entire Man City back four. Those would be 4 of them. Newcastle haven't been good this year. I don't know, man. Top 10 is a lot. Definitely, definitely four spots go to Man City though. Definitely. Portugal team is developing. They currently have the best number 10 and best centre back and one of the best right backs. Good. Hopefully they do well in the World Cup, man. That would be great if Ronaldo can win in the Euros. That would be great. Romero number 1. Yes, Spurs defenders have to be in that list too as well. That is true. Top 10 attackers in EPL this year is Haaland, Silva, Edward, Ferguson, Avoni, Shaw Pedro, Bowen, and Mbuemo. FPL. Nunez. So Alex Starboy, Ronaldo, Jose Mourinho, Starboy, Anthony Martial, Ole Starboy, Bruno, now Ten Hag, Starboy, Garnacho. Let's hope it lasts, dude. Let's hope it goes that way. He's joined for Real Madrid Sociedad. I'll see, brother. Dude, I'll see. Khabib looked unbeatable to me. He did. He did. But he also didn't defend the belt enough of times, Jayesh. Was injured for many years. The quality of some of the opponents are to be questioned as well. Uh, but like I said, man, if people say Khabib, I'm fine with it. But I feel like a lot of people say Khabib because he's been undefeated. But if you look at the record he has, dude, if you just pick apart the record, his first 20 fights have been in Russia. A lot of the Russian fighters have feeder. They have like feeder matches, dude. Trust me, they do. Even because a lot of them, like this Abuspinyan Magomedov, who came and fought Sean Strickland about 3-4 months ago. He had one loss to somebody, Aliskerov or someone, and he was like 20. He was like 25-2 or 25-1, dude. I'm like 25-1, and you haven't been signed to the UFC or a big three company yet. It's a lot of feeder matches in Russia, dude. Because Sean Strickland finished him in 2 rounds, dude. 2 rounds, Sean Strickland finished him. Man. People were like, not many people want to fight this guy. And Sean Strickland took it on short notice. Dude, Sean Strickland destroyed him. They have a lot of feeder matches in Russia, Jayesh. I'm telling you. Take a look at the record officially, dude. They have a lot of feeder matches in Russia because there's so much competition in Russia. There's a lot of feeder matches. I have to go. Oh, no problem, Josh. Thank you. I'm also about to head out anyway. By the way, what's your prediction? Islam Oliveira? Man, I want Oliveira to win, dude. I love Charles Oliveira. He's a very inspirational story, Jayesh. And if you're free, I do UFC watchalongs as well, Jayesh. So feel free to join in. I was gonna do one for today, dude, but I just wanted to chill out. I did one last week for Adesanya's match. I'm gonna do. I might do one too now. It depends on what games there are going on. I might do some now even. Next Sunday there is a match. What's his name? The Polish guy in lightweight. What's his name? Fiziev versus Mateusz Gamrot. That's the headliner for this week's card coming up. That'll be an interesting top 10 lightweight affair. But definitely for the big pay-per-views, we do watch long, Jay. So feel free to join in, man. Just keep your bell notification on and follow me on Twitter and stuff because sometimes YouTube doesn't give you the notice. So yeah, we do some UFC watch-alongs. Even timings are a little bad, but man, super early in the morning. Currently, best 11 without United players to avoid bias: Maignan, Cancelo, Ruben Diaz, Araujo, Davies, Kimmich, KDB, Pedri, Mbappe, Haaland, Vinny. Huh? Sounds about right. He scored on debut, bang bang. No, I didn't. I'll go see it. I mean, listen, man. We made the right move, but we handled it very poorly. But I'll see this goal, man. I'm not surprised, dude. He's really talented footballer. Not surprised. Spurs Stadium has extended contract with NFL for conducting NFL games 2030. Spurs Stadium now officially recognizes the home of NFL in the UK by NFL. That's a nice one. NFL man, he comes. Brr. Absolutely, man. We'll join if I'm free. Absolutely, the timings are really bad though, Jayesh. First of all, you gotta wake up in the morning, man. Today's UFC event is like 7:30. The pay-per-views are normally 7:30 in the morning on Sunday, so normally people are free. But some of these fight night cards are like at 4:30, 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, come on, man. Who's getting up that early? Because the repeat comes like at 12. So yeah, absolutely though, Jayesh. Good luck for your game. Good luck for your game. No, man. The game's going to start in an hour, right? Good luck for that. Top defenders in EPL: Stones, Diaz, Saliba, Malagusto, Tarkovsky, Kilman, Castro. Man, the Max Kilman, even though Wolves are terrible, he's playing really well. Him scoring might get us big money to pay Glazer's travel expenses. Rough. Romero. Oh, yes, Romero. Well, Stones has been injured, isn't he, Gaurav? You'll have to put in Romero instead of Stones. Stones has been quite injured. What does he play? The first game of the season? Or has he played no games of the season? Anyway, guys, that was fun. Next game we will be doing is Barcelona versus Antwerp. Have a good week. If you all are free to join me for the Barcelona Antwerp game. And come on, Bellingham, give me another 3 points. I think it's very possible, dude. If we could beat Sociedad, I don't see why you all can't beat Sociedad. Especially how we are playing at the moment. Diaz is best. Fair enough. What was the thing? Yeah, so Barcelona, Antwerp, and Munich United are the midweek games you're watching, guys. Have a good week. Thank you for joining me as always on the road to 2K now officially. It's nice to see. And yeah, have a good week. And I'll see you for the Champions League games. And for all the Madrid fans, good luck for the game coming up forward. I don't follow UFC religiously as football, but I try to stay as updated as I can. Fair enough, dude. It's too much sports nowadays. It's impossible. Felix is golden boy. Started well, didn't he? Forza Barca. Oh, Jayesh, you're a Barcelona fan. For some reason, I thought you were a Madrid fan because you're on Jayesh's Giant stream. I heard he had a good game. Well, listen, man. Atletico Madrid are absolutely crap as a footballing team. Play style, I mean. And I can't stand Simeone, so very happy for Joao Felix, personally. Yes, good night, everybody, and enjoy your week, Ignatius. Hope everything's okay with you, buddy. Hope everything's okay there on your end. I know how complicated life is for you. So do take care, and even if I can't see you, do drop in a message and let me know how you've been. And I hope everyone has a good week, and I will see you for the midweek games. Hopefully, we get something against Bayern. Quite honestly, I don't think it's going to happen. I just don't want to get thrashed. So enjoy your week. And yes, I respect all teams, man, but Barca's in my heart. That's fair enough, man. Listen, you love the club you love, dude. That's absolutely fine. Good night, Hala Madrid, everyone's saying. Yes, and I hate Atletico Madrid and Barcelona, but I respect them. Fair enough. I just don't like Simeone, really. That's about it. I don't have a problem with anyone else. Have a good week, guys, and good luck for whoever has games today. And I will see you for the midweek games. Take care and good night. By the way, what's your IG and Twitter? My IG and Twitter are on my profile, buddy. You can just see it. It's on my YouTube profile, so you can see it. Sportsnut Nathan on no caps on Instagram, and it's Nathan DeMello on Twitter. The links are on my little channel tab, so you can find them there if you want. Sportsnut Nathan is on Instagram, no caps, same as the channel name. Take care, guys, and good night. I'll see you midweek. Have a good week.